say bye to Carnival. It's moving out pretty quickly. I think it did a 180 turn in the port also. Super windy day. Islands are Ranchos Todos Santos, and that is the booze cruise where half the people do not get off the ship. Thank you very much. Bye. Oh, where's the tuba? Oh, I heard a tuba. Oh, there he is. Standing on the side of the road. Yep. There's a boat out there. People riding their bikes, walking their dogs, taking their daily walk, and the cruisers are going bye-bye. This is daily life in Ensenada, Baja California, Mexico. My name is Noel Huerita. You can find me on Facebook at Noel Huerita or Safe in Baja. Hola, hola. Let's see. Let's see. I think I'm gonna go on every day at 5-ish when the cruise ship goes out. Because, yeah, I don't have a lot of time for other stuff. I don't have time to be a TikToker. I have a day job practicing Social Security disability law. So I'm a little frustrated that I see other people who haven't moved to Mexico yet and they have more followers than I do, but I'm not a marketing person. And I don't do what I don't know, I'm a little frustrated. And these people are just capitalizing on moving to Mexico and they don't know jack shit. I've been here 4 years and I don't know anything. So it's kind of pissing me off today. Like Karen from Ohio is moving to Mexico and wants to give you tips. No. That lady has no freaking clue. And the fact that people want to capitalize on that is pissing me off today. Those are the people that are going to gentrify the place. Jesus Christ. So honestly, that's it's a serious thing to move to another country, and it should not be taken lightly by Karen, who hasn't even moved here yet. You need to STFU. Because I spam some people's videos with my Safe and Baja information, and one of them messaged me and was like, stop spamming me. I'm like, okay. Yeah, okay. First thing you need to learn in Mexico is that it's a collaborativo, and this is not about competition. So you have it all wrong from the get-go, my dear. And you also need to sit down and shut up. Yeah, if you're complaining about me spamming your video, you obviously don't get the concept of a collaborativo. And you are competitive and you're working in a fear-based paradigm, and actually you can go F off. That's how I feel about that, whoever messaged me. Because we're supposed to be helping one another. And it's not like I'm competing with you. You're in a totally different part of Mexico. If somebody wants to go there, they're going to go there. This is Baja California. Completely different paradigm, my dears. So the influencers that think they know something need to calm down and sit down. And I'm on a rant, I'm not looking at the notes. So we're in Ensenada, Baja California. I've been here 4 years, I have permanent residency, I can apply to be a citizen next year, and I don't even pretend to know as much as these MRFers think on their high horse. They're just greedy and capitalizing. Another form of gentrification. Get the F out. So I'll probably TikTok will probably get upset if I keep spamming though, so maybe that's the only reason I won't. Since that defeats the purpose, obviously, but stop capitalizing on this shit. People are making serious life decisions and you don't know anything. You're gonna give advice? No. Based on your 2 days in Mexico? What a joke. You have no idea what's happening. The rest of the world doesn't view time the same. Time is not linear in other countries, except for the United States of America. This is a high context country where things are very subtle. Like, just people assume they know way too much, and that is a problem. Huge problem. Hola, 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 ¿cómo está? I can never tell who's on my live or what's going on. Right now I'm not seeing comments. I'm gonna get off my Wi-Fi because I think Starlink or my Right now I'm not seeing comments. I'm gonna get off my Wi-Fi because I think Starlink or my VPN is messing with me. So annoying. There we are. Yeah, sorry, my Starlink is jacking with me. So sorry. Hello, Delta. Gracias. Hello, Delta 5. Hola. Guess who someone? David, Mario. Hola, we were looking at the ship going out. Remove your background noise. Sure, I don't know. I don't really have any background noise. I'm on a mic. It's really windy though. Hola, hola, ¿cómo está? Hello, El Chicano. Hello, Marie. I don't know, I'm on a TikTok rant today. Hola. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Well, you can't hardly see the ship now. It's going out, but yeah. Let's see. Is it 5 o'clock somewhere now? It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yeah. Hola, hola. ¿Cómo está, mi gente? Hola. Me llamo Noel Luerita in Baja California, Ensenada, Mexico. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 6:01. In Arizona, is it 5 or is it 7? Salud. It's very windy. I'm waiting for my friend to come over because we're gonna carne asada. Because I have... Oh. because it automatically just goes, you're on low battery. Okay, we're back. Hola, hola. Yeah, I'm gonna TikTok rant today. So windy. ¿Cómo está everybody? It's still buenas tardes, ¿no? En la noche, and then when it's dark, this is buenas tardes, abuelita. Pero más después, pero que hora, or when it's dark out, this is buenas noches. I still don't know what the rule is. Hi, hola, for happy hour, así. So at Casa Chiapas, it's always happy hour. 2-for-1 margaritas, mezcalitas, y paloma across the street. Hola. So I might go live every day when the boat goes out. I think that might be. I really cannot figure TikTok out. Yeah, I need a producer and a social media person. It's a whole nother job. But anyway, I'm trying to manifest that. So maybe I'll just, at 5 o'clock, the boat goes out, and then yammer about whatever. Pero then también listo. ¿Cómo está, mi gente? I'm kind of having like a rough day today. I'm not feeling so like optimistic, actually. Like this project is a lot of work, and I actually don't make any money from it. And part of it is I don't think I know how. I'm just talking to my 27-year-old daughter who's moving here in the end of May, and like I don't make any money from this because I really don't understand how to monetize it. So for everybody that thinks I have some ulterior motive, no, that's not what's happening. Like, I need help. Hola. I don't know how to monetize things. Like, I'm a little behind the curve, partially because, I mean, it's just a poquito vieja, pero part of it too, like, no tengo tiempo for this. I have another job. De muy profesional en el legal. Like, I practice Social Security disability law full time. This is not my full-time job. This is not my primary concern. But I want to see it go. However, I need help. I can't learn marketing. I can't learn the finance part. I have a very strong database that I'm working actually in, and this is the difference between Safe and Baja and other people is I know how to work in a database and be organized. I'm running the project like I run a law practice because I ran a law practice for 10 years. But I don't know how to effectuate the things in the database. My daughter probably can figure it out, but I still need other help with marketing, social media, finance, getting clients. I'm not quite there yet. And I don't make money at this. I don't promote for money. I haven't made my TikTok thing, I think says 74 cents. Like, I want to cry right now because it's a lot of work and a lot of time, but I do it para mi corazón, no para el dinero. Necesito toda mi vida, mi trabajar es un social. Like, my work has always been in social services and the law. I worked at Legal Aid with HIV/AIDS clients. However, we don't eat air, and it's my money. I just don't know how to capture my money. So this is my dilemma, I think, right now with the Safe and Baja project, to be honest. So I'm really looking for a finance person in Baja California that I can trust. I mean, this person would be super vetted out. I just don't take referrals from anybody. And I just need help with social media, honestly. So that's where I'm at right now. Like, there was an uptick in the algorithm maybe a couple weeks ago. Things kind of doubled. TikTok did let me on TikTok and go live with 5 followers before I hit 1,000 because of the work on Facebook, but I don't really know what I'm doing. And I don't have time to learn it. And I don't have time to watch a YouTube video. And I don't like any of your suggestions. I'm so sorry. I love you all, but I need help from other people that specialize in this. I am not going to be able to figure it out and do it. I could if I had time and it was my whole life, but I have another professional job. So, but I'm very passionate about making this go. So the other thing is that I've been working with the Ensenada Chamber of Commerce. I had a conversation with the mayor's office. I do want to see this project get integrated into the government in Baja California. I mean, I have a lot of ideas, but I can't execute all of them. So honestly, that's where I'm at with this project. And some days like today, I just want to give up. This is so much work. But anyway, of course, I cried again on TikTok about Mexico. So I'm going to go. But anyway, my friend is coming over. We're going to barbecue carne asada and corn and yeah. But here's the beach. Alexa, play. Where did you go? I waited too long. Alexa, open YouTube. So anyway, I hope everybody has a good night. And I hope you cuidado, por favor. Stay safe in Baja. Oh, look, there's the ship going back out. Why can't I zoom on TikTok? So annoying that I cannot zoom on TikTok. I want to get a telescope. Alexa, open YouTube. Not cooperating. Alrighty. This is Noel Whitita. Seguro en Baja, safe in Baja. Please join us on Facebook. We are in Ensenada, Baja California, and that's a really nice bus actually that goes from the border all the way to Ensenada. Yep. People are just doing their thing. What you trying to do? I'm trying to help people acclimate to Mexico faster because there's a very steep learning curve, and people are usually kind of rude and in the meantime, even though they don't know it. Let's see. Hi, Mr. Paul, Papa. JP, ¿cómo está? Hola, hola. I always say I'm gonna get off, but I don't get off the thing. ¿Cómo está? Okay. Hi. TJ Uber, ¿cómo está? Todo bien. Un poquito frustrado today. Sorry. Yeah. Just, I'm stuck with a project and it's a lot of work and I need like a finance person and I need a social media person because that's another job and I have a job already. Like professionally I practice Social Security disability law. You know, I help people get disability in the United States. I've been doing that for 25 years. So yeah, I started a project that I don't get paid for. I haven't made any money at it yet, and it's a lot of work, and some days I just don't feel it. Like today, I want to give up. But there's a lot of reasons for me not to give up. So. Oh, my daughter, who was it? No, my friend and I came up with a new word. I guess that's how I'm feeling right now. They se supone frustrating. A new F-bomb word. Like fuck and frustrated at the same time. Frustrated. That's how usually when I'm crying, I'm frustrated, but for emphasis. So that was the word we came up with. So I guess I'm feeling like that. But anyway. Hola. Yes, I'm happy in Ensenada. What kind of project? This is Seguro en Baja, safe in Baja. Like, let me show you my sign in Costero. Mírale. Oh, I put the thing up. Sorry. It's so windy today. Okay, see the sign there? And see Plaza Contendedores? This is in Costero, in Ensenada, Baja California, Ensenada, Mexico. So, me diga, oh, tú pásale en Costero the sign, and the beep, beep, beep. Porque es el soporte de Te Amo Baja. So in English, what I'm saying is if you're in Baja California, Ensenada, Mexico, and you're across from Plaza the containers over here, which you should go in, the way you get in is through the BP over there. There's a gas station over there. Anyway, enter near the gas station, okay? Or message me for instructions, whatever. But anyway, that's the sign. Te Amo Baja, Seguro en Baja, safe in Baja. And it's not about are we 100% safe. It's about connecting with people and becoming educated so that we are safer is what it's about. Because nowhere in the world is 100% safe. So this is a ridiculous statement. They say, oh, it's not safe. It's not 100%. You're saying it's no, I'm not saying it's 100% safe. That's not it at all. So you can throw that out the window. It's about connecting with people, because that's how Mexico runs. Mexico runs on who you know. Like in Vegas, it's who you know. That's how you're going to get things done, because the rules are más o menos aquí. Things are not very predictable. I wrote an article about this in my Safe in Baja Facebook page. So I wrote a whole article about this yesterday, actually. And what I'm trying to explain to people, and this is one of the cultural differences in Mexico that is muy diferente de en Estados Unidos, pero de Estados Unidos es diferente. Todo el mundo es el normal. So what I'm saying is the United States, they are the people that are special. The rest of the world runs normal, and the United States is in a bubble, basically. And things are super consistent. You can kind of like bumble your way through, because if you follow the rules and you bring the right paperwork and you do this, that, and the other, the outcome is very consistent, right? Not in Mexico, and probablemente no en todo el mundo también. So it's not this way in the rest of the world. I went to Ireland. The bank may or may not close at 5, and there may or may not be a street sign. That was in Ireland. It's only the United States. So people also have to stop saying, oh, well, in Mexico. No. It's the rest of the world is normal like a Mexico. And the United States, we are the abnormal one in reality. And that is a perception that people need to change in la mente. Desde percepciones es no la verdad. So this perception is not the truth, but you don't know this because you're in a bubble. I didn't know it either. So this is part of breaking out of the matrix. And then now you also have a alternate reality happening in the United States. We're not talking about politics. Now we are talking about a completely different reality is occurring. And if you live in that reality, the shit that's going on makes sense. If you don't, you're like a WTF. That's where we're at. And it's not going to get better anytime soon. It's not going to stop anytime soon. It's going to get worse. And there is no end in sight because the person that's doing all of these things has no consequences. That's it in a nutshell. Don't expect it to get any better. And if you can get out, and not everybody can get out, it's a privilege to get out. But if you can get out of the United States, you should do so now. Because it is not going to get any better. So what I'm trying to do is create a safe space in Baja California, Ensenada, Mexico. The people here are muy amable. They're very patient with our bad Spanish and our bad manners. Gracias, adios, lo siento. Because it's a evolutionary learning process. You know, that's why the influencers that haven't even moved to Mexico that are trying to monetize that, horrible. You are the people that are contributing to gentrification. And, you know, yeah. I've been here 4 years. I barely know what's going on. That was another rant already. So I'm trying to create a safe space for everybody, but Ensenada is third, fourth generation. It's solid. People that come here really don't have to cross the border per se, like I have solid remote work. So it just depends on the situation. It is in Baja California. You know, there's Tijuana, and that's like, okay, I'm in Tijuana. But then there's a choice between Rosarito and Ensenada. I feel like it kind of goes back and forth depending on what you need, depending on your price point. So what I offer is a 30-minute free consultation to help you figure that out. After that, it's like $25 an hour. I do an orientation of Ensenada because it's not like any other Mexico city. It's not laid out the same. I think Benoit has a t-shirt that says, keep Ensenada weird. So you will need an orientation, even if you've been to other parts of Mexico. And I know a lot of people. I have a lot of connections. I have a lot of knowledge of the different social groups that I can advise you about or plug you into. So it's not only about if you need help renting something, I can help you with that. But this is not the primary goal. Obviously, you need secure housing. It's part of it, but it is not the goal. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm more like a broker or facilitator. In my Social Security disability practice as a non-lawyer, I've been interviewing people for 25 years, people with schizophrenia. So contact me. I can vet you. I can point you in the right direction. I can give you some tips, but join my Facebook page, Safe in Baja. I go to the guides. There's 25 blog articles. There's videos about how to cross, including the new viaduct in Tijuana. There's video about how to get to the new Century Lane in San Ysidro, Tijuana, San Diego border. I have all kinds of articles about how the perception of time is different in Mexico. It's not linear. You know, tranquilo, you're here to calm down. Don't ask so many questions. Everything will work out. If something happens, there will be a solution to it. This is the other thing. Mexico is very solution oriented. But you may need some connections. You may need some help. So if you get into a pickle, DM me because I can coach you out of situations. If you're crossing, you should also get Mexican legal protection through Mex Legal app. That's John. I've been in the legal field 30 years. I have the app. You can download it for free and try it. Basically what happens is the most common thing is you get stopped by the police. You pull out the app, you press a button, and it contacts a Mexican lawyer within 2 minutes. It goes out to a network, and someone picks up the phone, and you tell the police, talk to my lawyer, and hopefully they go, cuidado y adios, right? Because it's too much trouble after that. And if you're in a real pickle, they'll come to the station and meet you and work through that with you. So these are all vetted lawyers in Baja California, Mex Legal app. And also you need car insurance. Sometimes people's American insurance will cover, and it's about 80, 75 miles. And that literally is the Costco in Ensenada. If you go back past the Costco, then you're out of range for your U.S. car insurance if it covers that. Otherwise, you need to contact Ride Baja Mexican Insurance. You can get a policy within minutes. They cover all the Baja racers in town. They'll be at Nora, which is happening this week, starting on Wednesday or Thursday. So people come back again and again. These races have been going on for 50 years. I don't know. The Newport Beach Ensenada Yacht Race, the 78th annual yacht race just occurred. So the thing about Baja is once you come, people come back again and again and again. So people don't do that if it's not safe. Disney comes here. Virgin Cruises comes here. Carnival. It's the old Ensenada is the only Baja California city with a port. So it is tourist oriented. There's tourism police. There's, I don't know, it's a federal zone. There's like 4 different law enforcement going. Nothing's going down in Ensenada, I will tell you. And if it does, it gets taken care of muy rápido. Hi, CTS. ¿Cómo está? Okay, what's happening? Let me see. I've been babbling. Hola. Hi. So that's my spiel about Baja California. How am I? TJ Uber. Hola. Todo bien. What kind of project? See, I saw the what kind of project question and then I went on a rant. Let's see. This is mi casa, mis perros. And this is in La Playa. Pero La Playa, it's very windy today. I can't see myself there. Okay, what else is going? Hola. More. Excelente. Gracias, Luis. Tirado, excelente, muchas gracias por promover nuestra ciudad, muy agradecido, saludos. Gracias, pero gracias para mí. Hola. We have a weird city. Okay, well, apparently I'm weird because my best friend had to tell me this like 15 years ago and I didn't know it. At Bête Noire, they have I thought they had like a t-shirt and on the back it says, keep Ensenada weird. At Santo Tomas Plaza, right? Bête Noire. I don't know how it's weird, but like it's not set out like a normal Mexican city. I did a tour for someone and they said like usually the cathedral is the center, right? And then there's a whole like community surrounding that. But in Ensenada, it's the cathedral and then nothing. Like Parque Revelación is en otra locación, right? Es no cerca de the cathedral in Ensenada. So that was one thing somebody told me. I don't know. I haven't traveled very much. Hola, tías de Rosarito. Hablo español, pero poquito. I can't conjugate, but we're working on it. Saludos desde Ensenada, Baja California. Jorge, ¿cómo estás? Soy mexicano, sí. Te invito a mi rancho, Jorge. Gracias. ¿Dónde vives? En Ensenada. Gracias. Luis Dedado. We do have a weird city. Okay. How? We started actually as a boomtown. Yes, Ensenada. Right. A boomtown. Well, it was fishing, right? Was that the first thing? It was a small fishing community? It's a very particular history. Sí, okay. ¿Tú conoces Buen Kennedy? Buen Kennedy is, if you haven't followed his page, it's Buen Kennedy. Es en like 3 o 4 generaciones aquí de Fitzgerald. Es un property de Mi Vivo. The Rancho Todos Santos, see? So this is what I'm saying about Ensenada, I'll put in English, that the property that I live on is 3rd, 4th generation, Irish-Mexican, by the way. And it's affiliated with Casa Country. So the owner, whose house I'm actually living in, his last name is Fitzgerald. I mean, the Mexicans and the Irish get together. Because the Irish is in Mexicanos de Europa en mi corazón. Okay. So, anyway, right? The St. Patrick's Battalion, we came and fought on the Mexican side because we were like we are now. The Fighting Irish, that's us. We're cabronas, okay? Ah, sí, sí sigo a Buen Kennedy. Okay, sí. So, ese conoces muy historia en Ensenada. En de la, ¿cómo se dice? En the, no sé en español, pero at the cemetery, you know, the main one. He's like wanting to restore one of the damaged, and then he found some other Fitzgerald thing. He wants to go to his songs, the graves that have a shot. Me diga. Sí, so he had his cafe. The cafe was in Ranchos Todos Santos until like a couple months ago, and this is in Movar. Ajá, sí, pero Buen Kennedy conoces toda la historia de Ensenada. So there's a person in town, his name is Buen Kennedy. So if you go to his page, Buen Kennedy, like that's an Irish name, right? What's going on? Kenned, is it EY? Anyway, it was in the thing. Yeah, I'll post it. But there's a TikTok. There's 2 TikToks from Buen Kennedy on my TikTok. And I think one of them is dual. So loud. I'm gonna shut the window. Is dual translated. It's dual translated. And it was a very popular TikTok. And he has like his menu of the pictures, the historical pictures of Ensenada, and he's describing it and telling us about it. So I've always wanted to do like a history class or lesson at the cafe where he moved. I think it's near Ornelia's on 10th Street or something, right? Okay. So anyway, this is un otro idea. Because I think this is muy importante that people understand, you know, the history of Ensenada. There's a couple museums here, etc., etc. I could go on and on about Ensenada all day long. Historias es el cementerio de personas antiguas. Así. So, Buen Kennedy. He has another page too. Café Antigua? No. Yeah, you'll find him anyway. Buen Kennedy. So, saludos vecino, me tengo que... Okay. Mucho gusto, gracias. Share the live. Lily Carino, hola. Baja North and Sur actually has a lot of history. Sí, también, ajá. This is muy cerca de Estados Unidos, right? So, like the Riviera has a lot of history with the gangsters and the Margarita and the actresses. It was a casino and a hotel, like muchas cosas aquí. Pero la gente no conoces. So there's a lot of history in Ensenada. There's a lot of other things to see besides La Bufadora. Yeah, I mean, you can see La Bufadora one time and get ripped off one time. And then listo. Necesito un otro experiencia, ¿sí? So virginship is also coming in, which is a higher class of clientele because, and I'm not judging anybody, I'm just saying, I don't know how else to put it. And the carnival is a booze cruise. Like, great. Okay, whatever. Drink to your heart's content. Whatever. But 50% or more of the people don't get off the boat. And then they're just doing this Ensenada Bay Village, and they're creating another road, I think that's going to go from Bajamar and circle around the city. There's also an airport in the works. We're still waiting for the ferry, for the love of God, but I have proof of life. It is in the water in the Malecon. That's also on my TikTok. But we're waiting, and I'm kind of getting upset because every year they don't put the ferry in, we're losing money. Everybody in Ensenada is losing money. I'm from Las Vegas. I understand tourism. This is like a mini Las Vegas. But you're taking the food out of kids' mouths by not putting in the ferry. So what the Ensenada government? I mean, I'm just going to call it out. Like, what are you guys doing? I know there's holdups, but for the love of God, I'm just expressing my frustration. But I still believe the ferry's coming, and I think this would greatly increase tourism because one of the number one things that people are afraid of is crossing and driving. Like my friend from Tucson, who's single woman, wants to come, but she doesn't want to drive by herself. So the ferry would just solve that problem. So the connection would be even stronger between the two regions. It's really one economic region. And then I always say people didn't cross borders crossed people. Okay, that's my take on that. I try to stay out of politics and all of that, but that's my drilled down line for that. So, hola, oh, the Century Lane. I have Century. Yeah, we do have a weird city. Okay, so I went on a rant. Ensenada is the wine capital in Mexico. Yeah, I think 90% of the wine is produced in, and it's not only in Valle de Guadalupe. There's 2 other wineries where I think a lot of the actual production is done. Valle de Guadalupe is kind of just the like client-facing winery part of it, I think. Like Santo Tomas is a huge winery here, but they have wineries further down that are not Valle de Guadalupe, and I don't remember the exact, names, but there's a lot about wine. I'll be Ubering Ensenada Tuesday, maybe brunch. Okay, well, let's see. What else we got? Historia, yep. Yo nací en Ensenada, pero vivo en Mexico City desde hace 20 años. I want to buy a house in Ensenada. Get my dad dual citizenship. Okay, so if you go to the Facebook page, you can contact me through there, and I can set up an appointment with you and screen, what you need, and I can make the appropriate referrals for you. I have a couple of real estate agents in town. One of a very reputable, very well-known, very reputable family name in Ensenada. So that's the other thing about when I refer you to someone, I've already vetted them out. And I have a personal relationship with them for maybe the last couple of years. So these are people I know personally that I'm sending people to. Real estate and renting and purchasing can be very, very dicey. You don't want to do it sight unseen. You need to trust the person. There's things like land leases. Gabachos really can't own land here. Baja California, you're in a federal zone, so it becomes even more complicated. Ejido or whatever it's called. I have an article in the guides on my Facebook page about land leases, and it explains what that means. There are currently houses for sale at Estero Beach, which is a premium place. You actually have to interview with the owners to get into this community, even though you're buying. Very exclusive, but not for the reasons you might think. They're just trying to make sure people match their vibe. And a lot of that is Mexico and Baja California too. Just because you apply to somebody doesn't mean you're going to get it. So having somebody that is vetting you and is presenting you as a vetted source can be very much to your advantage. And the real estate agents aren't wasting their time. And the other thing that the gabachos, the expats find, there's no central MLS or real estate agent system in Mexico. So when you try to find a place, you're getting contacted by 5 or 6 different real estate agents, and their only goal is to rent you something at the highest whatever price possible, probably. Okay, so in order not to contribute to gentrification, you can't do that. You need to top out your rent in Ensenada about $1,200. Otherwise, I think you're doing damage to the economy and you're contributing to gentrification. And one of the goals of Safe in Baja is to mitigate that. Hey. Also, the landlords need to not charge so much, whether you're Mexican or not. It's a whole nother rant. Hey, but it's both sides. So, it's about navigating. I also offer an orientation tour. You're going to need a notebook and you're going to need to record it because it's a lot of information and you will get overwhelmed and you will not remember everything I tell you. It lasts about 3 hours. So if you're interested in that, I can also arrange that. A lot of people are trying to decide between Ensenada and Rosarito. That's different demographics. If you're having trouble deciding, call me. I will do an intake with you. The first 30 minutes is free. After that, it's like $25 or like whatever. My goal is not to make money. My goal is to help people. So, housing is the first thing, but it's also how to navigate. Where do I get gas? Where do I get water? Where are the social groups? What's going on? You need connection in order to be safe. But there's a Punta Banda community. There's La Misión, which is 50 minutes away. So there's Valle de Guadalupe, which is 50 minutes away. So when you're in Ensenada, there's like 1, 2, 3. There's probably like 4 different social kind of groups you can hook into. There's a lot of sacred medicine here and yoga and temazcal, and it's not Tulum. So I have hookups for that. Ayahuasca, cacao, shrooms, all of that sacred medicine. If you're into that, I can also hook you up. We have a functional wellness doctor, where I would refer you to the functional wellness doctor. He's all about gut health. He doesn't push pharmaceuticals. And he would do the assessment for any holistic medicine that you might need here. Some people come to Mexico to be on a healing journey and get away from the BS that's happening and to be your true self. Some of us have been layered and layered and layered and layered with trauma and anxiety, and we're wrapped up in this thing, and you cannot get well where you got sick. And sometimes you have to make a drastic change and get out. But it's not about not being sick, it's about getting well. And so I have a functional wellness doctor. He's bilingual. You'd think he's from California. He's dual citizen, he's from California, but he lives here and practices here and has a family here. So I send everybody to that doctor and everybody loves him. They also have IVs like NAD therapy. If your immune system's down, I had a cough one time for 4 months and I went and did a thing for $75 and it went away. Because there's this weird like cough thing in Ensenada that doesn't go away. You can go to the pharmacy and get a shot of whatever that is, but it doesn't always work. So this is our guy. Like, start with him. And he can do gut health. I think he has some degree in some counseling or therapy. He can evaluate you for holistic medicine, whether that's mind altering or not, and he's like your hookup. He has an app that you can make appointments through and communicate through. He's totally fluent, bilingual. So that's another. So you just got to get on the page and check us out. I know it seems like a white girl. Who does this girl know? How does she know these people? It's a little odd. I know. I lived in not Nogales. I lived in Tucson for 20 years, which is an hour away from Nogales. My aunt that raised me is a Mexican from Nogales. My cousins are Irish Mexican. I went to Australia twice and they were Mexican. Don't get me started. Have you ever heard a Mexican Australian accent? I have. I have. Sonora también. Oh my God. So, if you think you know me, you don't. It's just I have a very unusual history. And I also practice Social Security disability law in the United States for the last 25 years. So just get on the page, check it out. It's not like other expat pages. And I invite everyone, the locals, the gabachos, like it doesn't matter where you're from. If you live here, if you're coming from Sonora, en otro parte de Mexico, or Estados Unidos, or Europa, like it doesn't matter where you're coming from. I want everybody to join our page because we're all one and we love everybody. And we need everybody to be one so that we can communicate and figure this out, because we can't keep damaging each other and putting our trauma on each other, So Mexico has done a lot for me. I'm very, very grateful to be here. Every time I see the flag, I want to cry. And when it's not there, I'm mad. And the people here are muy, muy amable and very patient. And just, I can't say enough good things about Mexico y Baja California y Ensenada. If you're thinking about Rosarito, go join Rosarito 411, Rosarito 411. Debbie Duran over there is doing similar work to what I'm doing, and we're kind of coordinating because they are so close. Tijuana is a different animal, so to speak. But I do have contacts in Tijuana también. If you need a place, I have a real estate agent that I'm working with there. So we're a funnel, maybe you're not interested in Ensenada and you need other contacts or other referrals to get you going. I also have that, and I can also make that happen for you. So just check out the Facebook page. We're here to help you. We're here to mitigate gentrification. We're here to educate people and connect people, because this is what makes people safer. And cuidado, and I hope you all have a good night. That's going to be my rant. And I love you. And I'll try to come on more. And please share this page, because the number one thing people always ask in the United States when you say that you're moving or visiting Mexico is it safe? Yes. It's not dangerous, and your perception is off. And here's a page, Safe in Baja, that may be able to help you a little bit with that and educate you. And you can see how I'm living my life and connect with people and come visit, because people come back to Baja again and again and again. NORA's coming up. The Baja races are coming up. The Newport Ensenada 78th annual yacht race just ended. That's on my TikTok also. So yeah, dual citizenship. I came legally. I have permanent residency. And in a year, I can apply for Mexican citizenship. CCC. You know a lot about the history of Ensenada. Great job on promoting. Oh, gracias. I know it seems weird because I'm a güerita, ¿sí? Mi nombre es Noel. My name, I would never say my name. My name is Noel, Noel. This is nombre de hombre, ¿sí? Noel, like a Feliz Navidad. Güerita is más fácil on Facebook. Pero la otra página is Safe in Baja, ¿sí? So I have Sentry. Yeah, don't need a macho man. Necesito una persona más fuerte de mí. Sí, uy. Pero es no difícil. Okay, so yeah, when you apply for Sentry, apply for global entry. If you apply for Sentry only, you'll be waiting forever. Yes, Valle de Guadalupe and the Ruta Antigua for Santo Tomás y San Vicente. See, and there's also like San Antonio Las Minas. My friends that I was talking about, the holistic medicine, they have a property there with a Temazcal and truck driver. Here, when they're in Cali, yeah, you would qualify. I think the qualifying is, I don't know. You live in Estaban Cantu. No. Long Beach to Ensenada. No. Ensenada, Baja California is 12 horas de San Diego. Hola, hola, hola. Gracias, Ozzy. Luis. You do have great Spanish. Excellent. So I always say I can fake the accent. Es eso porque mi tía es mexicana. In toda mi vida, and I'm around Mexicanos, you know what I mean? So, one time I dated a Cuban on and off for 5 years. I don't know. Todo, this is en otro español. Con gris. So, and all his social circle was Spanish. So, I've always been around people who spoke Spanish, basically. Like, the ear for it, you know. But I think hopefully my Spanish is getting better. Okay, bye, Luis. Dual citizenship's always good. It's dangerous when you get involved with the wrong people. Yes, as it is anywhere else in the world, you know? So that's what I try to educate people. Like, okay, you want to get out of the tourist zone because you don't want to be in the bubble, or you don't want to be in the, you know, like Stepford wife housing necessarily, but you also want to stay safe. So I think the first year that our people are here, you do take a little bit of extra precautions. You do maybe bubble yourself in a little bit while you get acclimated to living in Mexico. And Baja California is the easiest place to dip your toe in. Like, you're not in the interior in the jungle. It's 2 hours away. You'll be fine. So, you know, it's fine. No preocupada. But yeah, you can just dip your toe in. But yeah, don't do anything dumb. So there's safety tips on my Facebook page. Don't leave your... People are like, I left my purse in the car at the rest stop after the toll booth and it was stolen. Why? But people kind of like check out when... No, you have to be more aware and you have to be more present, because things are inconsistent. It's not like the United States where you can just bumble through. You're not going to get the same result. You have to pay attention. Don't get too drunk. Wear a crossbody, ladies, for a purse. Do not put your purse down anywhere. Don't ask anybody to ask it. Watch it. Don't put your purse down. Don't put it on the back of your chair. Don't ask anyone to watch it. There's purse trees here. Don't put your purse on the floor either. All your money falls out. That was the Cuban. I'd never seen someone move so fast to get a purse off the floor than a Cuban. Okay, so plus it's gross. All right, so crossbody, ladies, or a really thin fanny pack, but yeah, don't take your purse off and keep it in the front and keep it zipped. And I'm too trusting, but don't put your stuff down at Husong's, because then you're gonna have taco purse at 2 a.m. And that wasn't me, that was my friend. We won't talk about that. And then my other friend at 2 a.m. and knocking on Husong's window. You do not want this situation. And don't carry your passport with you. Oh my gosh, she had her passport in her purse. No, leave it in the hotel room. You do not need to carry your passport. Okay, because then you can't get back across. Well, you can, but it's a hassle. Okay, so yeah, don't get involved with the wrong people. Century Lane, apply for global entry. Ensenada es muy hermosa, sí. Soy de Oaxaca. Oh, people are giving me their credit scores now. Okay. Love you. ¿Cómo aprendiste español? Can you cross the border with a birth certificate? Well, okay. Let me clarify that question. I'm like standing and I really need to sit down. Hang on. I'm going to get another stand because I'm tired of standing. Hang on. Un momentito, por favor. Okay, I have to clarify that question though. Always a mix-up. Oh my gosh, where's my other stand? Ah! Donde está my tripod? Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. Okay, hang on, guys. Oh no. Right here. No. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. I have like 2 stands. Don't know where they are. All right, we got another one now. Hang on. I gotta sit down. I've actually been standing this whole time. Hang on. Oi. Oh my gosh. Okay, hang on. Hi. Sorry. Hola. Okay, you're asking me about the birth certificate. It's the wrong way around. Let me explain. Sorry, hang on. Oh my god. Okay. We're back. Are we back? We're back. Sorry. Hi. I don't know where my stands are. Anyway. Okay, here's the other one. Sorry, I'm just trying to sit down. Okay, somebody, can you cross the border with a certificate? So I assume you're talking about crossing the border into Mexico when you ask that question. Let me clarify, though, what it really applies to. When you say crossing the border with your birth certificate, you mean crossing back into the U.S. And people usually get this backwards or like mixed. So you need a passport to get the FMM. But if you're driving in, you can kind of skip it. I shouldn't tell you that, but technically, in the land of más o menos, this is the way it is. And there's not military checkpoints in Baja like there are in San Felipe that are checking for the FMM right now, really. And there's nowhere to turn it in when you return, so don't worry about that. The birth certificate is when you're crossing back. You need a passport to get back into the United States, technically. Not really to come into Mexico, only for the FMM part. But you need a passport to get back into the United States. However, people cross, I think, daily with their birth certificate and their ID. You are a U.S. citizen, they cannot deny you entry. But it might be a hassle is the problem you're going to run into. You're already waiting like how many hours in line in the general entry because you don't have anything. And then if you get pulled over into secondary, like, I don't know what that experience is like. But, I guess it depends. So you can try it. They're not going to deny you entry back into the United States, especially if you're going one time or, then okay. But if you cross a lot, go get a passport. and you need to get the FMM. So there's on my Facebook page in the guides, there's the information about crossing, getting the FMM, declaring your personal goods if you're not bringing a crap load of furniture over. Like, just go declare and write personal on the page, and they look at the thing and they charge you 300 pesos. I dropped my stuff off in Chula Vista and had to go get it 5 times in my Jeep. Every time I cross, they charge me 500 pesos. They don't really look at anything. You don't have to itemize anything. And that's what they told me to do. I wrote personal, they look, they write 5, then and you go pay and you leave. That's it. But I was very intimidated initially. But this information is on my Facebook page in the guides and Safe in Baja. So, yeah, it's more about, yeah, you can cross with a birth certificate. Do I get harassment by the cops? No. Why did they stop me? So I have Mex Legal app, which is legal protection. Basically, if you live here full time, there's like a visitor policy, but if you live here full time, it's $99 a year. And so if you get stopped by the cops and you need a Mexican lawyer, you press a button and it goes out to a whole bunch of lawyers, and one of them picks it up, and you give the phone to the cop and you're like, here, talk to my lawyer. It's as easy as that. And I've been in the legal field for 30 years, and I've vetted the app, and I've met the owner. You can download it and you can try it for free. So I think Rosarito, you have more problems. Ensenada, not really. You just have to stop at every freaking intersection practically. So if in doubt, stop at the intersection, because that's probably the thing you're going to get a ticket for. And just don't drive drunk. Didi to go downtown is 100 pesos. If you're going to go to La Primera or whatever you're doing, just take a Didi. There's nowhere to park anyway. It doesn't matter. And there's 3 checkpoints or 2 checkpoints a lot of times on the weekend. One of them at a Bell's, and they will have a doctor there, and they will impound your car. And then per day you have to pay, I don't know how much money. So you just don't want that problem. And then get Mex Legal app, and also insurance through Ride Baja Mexican Insurance. So I don't get harassed by the cop. They tried to stop. Okay, so I'll tell you the one cop story. All right, so my dad was a sergeant. He was a cop in the United States, in Illinois, and my stepdad was a cop. And, I mean, I've been stopped in the middle of Las Vegas for my illegal tent, and I still went to breakfast. But the short end of that in Ensenada is that they did stop me one time, and it was for my illegal tent on my vehicle, on my Jeep. And the cop on the left, I guess, you scared of that, is speaking to me in Spanish, but I know what he's saying. And he's telling me, oh, my tent's illegal on my window. And I'm like, I know. And I lived in Vegas. It's 120 degrees. The same thing I told the Las Vegas cop that stopped me, that they can give me a ticket. Like, been here, done that. And what's your point? Give me the ticket then. And he wouldn't. And then he tried to start asking me if I'd been drinking. Did you drink half a glass of wine? Did you drink a glass of wine? Where were you? What were you doing? Did you? Nope. No, and no. I mean, you don't have a Fifth Amendment right here, so you just kind of... I wasn't lying, though. I just think, like, it's none of your business, and I don't have to admit anything. So I just kept telling him, no. Nope. And I'm a little bit of a cabrona, so I also opened my wallet, and I said, no tengo pesos también. Like that. Because if you have fear, they're going to smell it on you. So I also told him I don't have any money. But I did have the legal app. I just wasn't pulling that card yet, you know. So the Mex Legal app was available to me, and I knew that. So I was a little more secure in, like, telling him kind of like, hey, pendejo. So, and then the cop on the right started talking to me in English. And he said, oh, we're just trying to do our job. And I looked at him and just straight said, well, do your job then and give me the ticket for the tent. And he didn't, neither of them said anything. And in the end, they were like, cuidado. I didn't know what cuidado meant at that time. And they kept telling me cuidado. And I'm like, no entiendo. Are we going to the station? What's going on? And then they were like, bye. and they walked off. No ticket for the tent, no, nothing else, and be careful. So this is kind of how you have to deal with them. Don't put all your money in your wallet, because they'll take your wallet and then take all your money. They don't care, and you have no good luck. Like, good luck. So get the app so you don't have to deal with that problem, but don't keep all your money in your wallet. Like, this is what Tata purses are for, okay? And in your socks or wherever you guys keep it, I don't know. But yeah, don't keep all your money in your wallet, because it will be gone and you will regret it. That will be less margaritas for you and less DD rides for you. So anyway, that's how I've dealt with the police. Yep. Is buying in a private community better? I mean, it depends. Estero Beach has got stuff. There's a lot of different little communities here. I mean, message me. There's a form people can fill out. It's like a really short form, and then we can set up appointments. But let's see. Comida de Mexico. Oh, me gusta the, ¿cómo se dice? Big Fish. The ceviche. Ceviche at Big Fish. It's in Valle de Rado by Ochentas. They have it. Oh, thank you about the hair. If you get pulled over, can't you just for the cops? Okay, so, well, the thing is that we don't want to contribute to the mordida and the bribes. Rosarito, and Ensenada, I think more so Rosarito, just cleaned house. They tested all the cops. They got rid of a whole bunch of people. I think they put body cams on them. Another problem in Rosarito was it was only the taxi cabs. Okay, so there's a monopoly by, figure it out. And recently they allowed Didi to start servicing in Rosarito. So this cut down on the taxi monopoly, which was also kind of causing some issues, I think. And then the police departments are getting cleaned up. And then if you have the Mex Legal app, they're even less likely to do anything, because I'm going to tell you, the people that have the Mex Legal app, they're tracking the data. And they're tracking the trends that they're seeing and that people are reporting to them about the behavior of law enforcement. Okay, so that's all I'll say about that. So you can contribute to, if you get the app, it's not just about you having protection. You're contributing to the community. You're contributing to contributing to the mordida. You're not corruption. Like, there's a broader message there that you're helping the community with when you contribute to this app, when you use this app, when you tell other people about the app. So it's called MEX, MEX Legal app, and you can download it for free and try it. So it's more than just about you. We don't want to contribute to that. It's not safe, actually. Do I think you'll get pulled over in your Escalade with tinted windows? A lot of times I would drive with the windows down just if I thought it was an issue. I mean, when it's Christmas, they need Christmas gift money. I don't know what's going on, whatever. But like, the amount of cops that are stopping people goes up significantly anytime there's an event in town, probably Baja 1,500, you're going to see an uptick. So if it's Baja Beach Fest, etc. And at night I would especially drive with your windows down if you have very dark tint. So yeah. Hola in Valle de Guadalupe. Valle de Guadalupe is muy bonita. I have contacts in Valle de Guadalupe as well. Shout out to Valle Girl Vino, El Corcho Rosa. This is a place where you can go. If you don't know anybody, they'll be your best friend in about 5 minutes. It's woman-owned. Citara and Kate are there, and they will welcome you with open arms. They are in an inclusive backyard winery near El Cielo. They have a pink sign, El Corcho Rosa, Valle, Valle Girl Vino. So you can always go there. They're always going to take care of you, and they're always going to make you feel safe. And just across the way from that, if you're interested in staying the night in Valle de Guadalupe, I have a contact who has 2 casitas with a vista view. and it's very close to El Corcho Rosa. So if you're interested in and other properties as well, if you're interested in staying out in Valle de Guadalupe, this can be very, you know, I can get you a safe and Baja price. Okay, very nice properties. Very nice properties.